All right. I don't know how much you can see. Maybe I should stand off to the side. Also move this so I do not smash my head into it. Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we have, well, actually not today, because this is going to be a video that will cover an entire week, which is 7 days of plant chores. I say 7 days because they're not going to be consecutive. Tomorrow I'm going on a brief day trip. So today is Sunday, today is Saturday, it's not Sunday, I do not know what day it is. And tomorrow I'm going with my friends to Hungary, and then on Monday we will resume the plant chores. The issue with that, plant chores need to be done, like all of them today, but we simply cannot do everything today, and I actually made a plan. Hold on. What is happening? First thing that we were supposed to do is water the hanging Hoyas that are right next to you. They are very dehydrated. However, I noticed that my Millsbo cabinet, which I was gonna take care of yesterday, but I didn't, is also very dehydrated, and it seems to me that these are more dehydrated, so we are going here on the levels. Like, I think these can stand one more day, I'm not sure. What I decided to do is water the plants here and water some of the hanging ones, but some of them look good, so we're not going to water those that look good. When I say good, they still need water, but they can stand a couple of more days. I see some that cannot. So we are going to deal with those that look like they just have had it. And I have like a list of 7 chores, big chores: water the hanging plants, clean and water the cabinet, spray the big tent. There is an issue with this. You will find out soon. Repot some aeroids. What is this? Is this watch? What am I watching? Oh, that says water. The word water is so foreign to me. I can't even recognize the spelling. So water the wall, the Hoya wall, and water the Millsbo. Yeah, I have some anthuriums here in the window that I need to do something with. So those are the chores. And I told you there is an issue with spray the big tent. The issue is I decided that I'm going to allocate exactly an hour each day for the plant chores because I have other things I need to do, other videos that I need to film. And as you can imagine, it is not entirely possible to take, 50, 60, 70 Hoyas from the big tent, spray them, and return them. Honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do this in an hour, but I think, this is a good thing. This is a good exercise so I can, for the future reference, see what I can do in an hour. Actually, I sprayed the small one. That took entire day. There were 40 Hoyas in there. That took entire day. Because, I'm not the only one who needs to use the bathroom to spray the Hoyas. People also, can't believe it. Can't believe it. Anyways, let's move on from that. I am going to shut up. I think there will be a lot of nice and calm footage. Now, the next shot will probably be me falling on my face with a Hoya and like a trellis poking me in my stomach and I bleed out. But we're going to try to go for a very nice and calming footage and nice calm chores, even though I'm going to put some music on, and it's not going to be nice and calm, it's going to be upbeat music. And I might even make a playlist for you if you want to listen to the same music while you do your plant chores. And I hope you do. Come on, you can't be slacking off. You should definitely take my advice. Okay, I'm starting. Setting the alarm. By the way, my Siri changed to a British man. I did nothing to I just don't know why that happened, but suddenly my Siri is just a British man, and I'm rolling with it. I'm like, okay, I don't know how that happened at all. Hey Siri. Set an alarm for 1 hour. I know, there's a lot of notifications that I have. I think someone probably got an anxiety attack just seeing my phone. I do really apologize. So this is admittedly not the best angle that we have had on the channel, but it is what it is. It is Tuesday today, and I haven't done anything on Sunday because I was away. I went for a day in Szeged, and then on Monday, I so many things happened on Monday, and I think I will tell it in a different video. But yesterday was just like a very emotional and exciting day, and I absolutely could not deal with filming. Plus, I had my Hungarian class. So today we are continuing with the plant chores, and today is going to be a very busy day. It is around, I don't have my watch on, I don't know why, but it's around, I think, 11. I am going this Saturday to a friend's house. She moved to a new house, her first home, and it's kind of like it's not a housewarming party, but I am visiting for the first time, so I need to find a gift for her. And then at 2:30, I have a doctor's appointment. Yeah, we just have like an hour here, and I'm not going to do any watering today. Or actually, I might do watering when I come back, but I also have videos to edit, so all sorts of things are happening. But I have Hoyas in bloom. I have Hoyas blooming for the first time, and I need to start taking photos, and I hope, fingers crossed, it works, because my camera is broken. We are recording on my phone, and essentially my camera that I use for taking photos, this is actually not the lens, this is the lens that I use for filming. It doesn't matter, change it for taking photos, but the screen, now it's turned on, the screen no longer works. I think if I move it up a little bit, or not, we sometimes we get a contact, but that's not happening today. Okay, that's not, okay, you don't have to work. No one likes to work. Who likes to work, right? So I can't see anything on the screen. Thankfully, I do have the viewfinder, which is usually what I use to take, are you on? Yes, it is on, okay. Which is what I usually use to take photos with, because it's just much better than a screen for that. But for videos, I do use the screen, and I obviously, I just cannot see myself. I mean, this is how it looks. This is what I see, by the way, when I record videos. I have so many things. I could make an entire video ranting about Sony's decision to make this screen. But anyways, the screen has like a small cable here. It's a flex cable, and it broke. You can actually see it physically broken, and it's because of so many actions where I, unflip or flip down and flip up the screen to record videos. So I've been working, right? It needs to be replaced. They don't have it in stock here. I ordered through a repair shop. It's gonna be €100 fix, which is like, I think it's insanely expensive considering it's just a flex cable. I don't know, maybe you don't care to hear about this, maybe you do, maybe you find it interesting, but I am going to take photos. I think I can do that. So first of all, we have some plants that are not supposed to be here, like this Hoya imperialis. I don't know where to put it. We have Hoya oreostema in bloom, and Hoya oreostema, this is NS12318. Only one, we only have one bud here open. It has a lovely florally scent. It is a very pretty flower. It's a very small flower. And I think maybe not with the first flowering, maybe, with time we will get a fuller bud. Listen, I don't see leaves. I see baby leaves, but it just likes to grow a vine. The other clone that I have does grow leaves more readily, but not the flowers. So we'll see. This one is supposed to be pink. It's not really that pink to me. I saw in some photos it can get really pink. It is under a strong-ish light, but maybe the temperature also influences this. I got it in October 2023, and it was a small two-leaf cutting, and a two-leaf remains. But yeah, so no new leaves, but it did bloom, and it made a very long vine. So, the trellis is also not really working out for me. Okay, I do apologize. My camera stopped working, or my phone stopped working, ran out of storage. So we're not doing great here with the recording this week. But anyways, Hoya species Yellow Sapphire. This is a Hoya from Philippines, and I think it goes under the name species Gamar as well. And it bloomed. It's so cute. It has very nice leaves, but I just really love the flower. I find the flower very unique. Once again, I do not know how much you will see, but I will have potentially successfully captured the photos of this Hoya, and I will put it in the video. I also have this begonia in bloom. So that's kind of cute. I know begonia flowers are not that much to talk about, but maybe I do take a photo of it. And then my Hoya frogfoot. This is the first time that it's made this color of the flower. So that's interesting. Completely different than, I think this is like the third color. So they are all ranging from darker red to orangey. This is kind of orangey with red. It's really pretty. And then I think yellow at one point. So all different colors. So I'm gonna take photo of that too. And I do need to take like detailed photos of all of these. Let me see here. I have Hoya multiflora, which hasn't been doing really well, to be quite honest with you. Some leaf drop, so it kind of looks like a tree now. I don't know, maybe I will restart it. Outer variegated Hoya multiflora here is in bloom. And I don't have detailed photos of Hoya multiflora, so I want to take, girly, I want to take photos of that. Let me see, this one is not in bloom. This one is, this is Lacunosa Tove, I think. I also do not have photos of this one, so I'm going to add that to my list. And typically when I take Hoya photos, I think for like one Hoya to take really nice photos of the flower and to take detailed photos. So the frontal view of the corona and corolla, and then the side view. And then I take them apart sometimes, and then photos from the back as well. It takes close to an hour sometimes. Not always, sometimes I can do it very quickly. Depends if the Hoya is well behaving. Depends really like what the flower is. Is it waxy? Is it not? Does it have a lot of like nectar? Nectar sometimes can be beneficial in the big photos where it's like the entire peduncle, but in individual photos, it's not. Then Hoya memoria is in bloom. I have a nice photo of this one. I think it's like even on my Patreon shout out, but I don't have detailed photos. So the side view and the frontal view, so I'm gonna do that as well. A little cute one. I know it's not the rare Hoya or anything, but I like it and I want to have detailed photos on file. This one is still holding on. David Kumingi is in bloom as well. I have okay photos of this one, but not detailed ones. That is 8 Hoyas in bloom. And sorry for this, which you can see here, this is some natural defect of the camera lens. So I'm so sorry for that. Cannot influence it. I have to turn off some lights. But anyways, by the end of this vlog, I will have one more Hoya in bloom. It will be Hoya glabra from Ulu Apin Apin, or from Apin Apin. I think Ulu just means like a mountain. That or valley. Maybe it's a valley, I'm not really sure. That is going to bloom for the first time, and it's supposed to last only for like a day. So I will need to take photos of her too. So we will be on the peduncle / bud watch really intensely here. And I think that's it. But anyways, I'm gonna zip it right now and get to work. So this counts as a plant chore, right? Totally counts. I definitely underestimated how much time I would need to take all of these Hoya photos. I only managed to take a couple of photos in the span of 1 hour because it takes a lot of time to set up and find the good angle. But that's okay. Next time, you know, when they bloom, I will only have to take detailed photos. But for now, I only managed to grab some photos of Hoya oreostemma, then some photos of Hoya species Philippines. That one was a bit more difficult to photograph because it is very hairy. The flower is very pubescent, so that doesn't really look all that great in the camera. And then of course I will show you some photos of my Hoya glabra that bloomed, and I absolutely love it. It is very unfortunate that the flowers last for a short time. I wish they would last for a couple of more days, but you know, it is what it is. It is the third day of plant chores. I did have a need to show this combo of Hoya multiflora today. I just love this SV clone of Hoya multiflora. I believe it's SV406. I just think the leaves are so interesting on this one. The other one is EPC, hold on, EPC 124. It did burn a bit. You can see a couple of burned leaves there in the window, so I will have to find a different spot for it this summer. This SV406, it has two vines, one is kind of like, or two branches, one is kind of below. They did lose a couple of leaves, I have to be honest with you. I do believe there was a bit of mite thing happening, now it's gone. And even though the pot is huge, they were in self-watering, they still are in self-watering, but they did lose, I think, a couple of leaves because of that too. I am trying to stay on top of watering by clearly not filling out this reservoir. It is, once again, empty, so I will have to refill it. But they're doing well. I would say they're doing well. There is Miro hair here. I did suspect at one point this one had root mealybugs, but I don't see any signs. So I might unpot her in one of the future videos just to make sure. But I did treat with a systemic that is supposed to be very good for root mealybugs, so we shall see how that goes. I don't want to restart it, and restarting it won't solve the issue because apparently they can crawl up the stem as well, which up until recently I did not think was possible. I do wonder about these ugly leaves. I really am bothered every time I see this plant because it looks so pretty. And then I see these three leaves that are damaged, but also without them she would kind of look bare, so I'm leaving them on. I think maybe when she grows a bit. I would like to fill out this side. It's kind of empty on this side, but the roots are really, really big, so I don't know. We'll see what we want to do with that one, but it's not the topic of this part of the video. I have here my planner-ish thing, and I think this is day 4 of the plant chores, of the week of plant chores, which I'm just gonna come out and say hasn't been well. I started to record this before my trip, I think day before my trip, when I went to Szeged, to Hungary, and I thought it was just going to be interrupted by my trip, but sadly, other things have also interrupted this week. So it's not really a connected 7 days of plant chores, but like kind of 7 days of plant chores. I have like 7 tasks here, and I was kind of going for, honestly, what I was going for with this video is trying to get into practice of doing plant chores for like an hour, hour and a half each day, but there are just so many, and a lot of them require my pretty immediate attention, so that is not happening. I am at the same time working on other things, so I'm recording 1 hour of this, and I'm gonna like cut it down to something very short. And at the same time, I'm also like doing other plant chores. I actually recorded a part of my video yesterday about pawn, and today I have to do the second part of that video, so after this I will record that. And before this I also took a look at my propagations. That's why my cabinet is open, and I have watered them. They're doing really well. I think they're gonna be ready to go soon, and I have parts of those propagations, the parts that I wanted to keep in my grow tent in one of the prop boxes, so I'm gonna look at those. My Loki is actually just here. I don't really know what to do with my multifloras and my Loki. They're kind of taking a lot of space, and I love them. I'm definitely keeping them, but I'm just unsure. All 3 of them were in this window that you don't see here in the camera, but they're really like crowded there, and I would like them to stand out. I mean, look at this. Hello? It's Loki, which is my version of Adele's song. Oh my gosh, imagine if I ever put out an album and it's all songs about Hoyas. Like, come on. That is absolutely gorge. I don't even know which vine is, or branch is where. I think I'm gonna remove this. It's kind of annoying to me, this tower trellis. I think I might try to give it some stakes instead. And you can see there is some yellowing, which I don't know if you can see. It's pretty bushy, but there is some yellowing on the bottom. And I think this one is also empty. Yeah, that's also empty. And my multiflora variegated also lost a significant part of the leaves, which I'm not loving. I don't know if this is normal. I don't really have anyone to compare notes with. This one is out of bloom, and that's sad. I really should have taken photos of it. They really just started dropping, and I don't know if it's like not enough light. I don't mind the look, honestly. I'm gonna tell you, it's kind of like a small tree that I find cute, and there is a new growth coming there. Do I want to make this into a Hoya tree? I don't know. I don't think it's ugly. Do you think it's ugly? If you think it's ugly, don't tell it to me. I think it's kind of cute. I do prefer when they have more leaves, but I don't know. I'm not mad at this one, to be quite honest. And I just really want to see a bit more growth. I think she's really, really pretty. And also those old leaves, they sort of lost the variegation. This plant, as it ages, the leaves sort of become almost completely green, to be quite honest. So it's not the worst thing. But anyways, because I saw some of my cuttings rooted really, really, really well in the, well, they rooted in the prop box, but they were in the rod stand. The roots grew really nicely. I think the ones that are in my prop box are ready to be taken out of it, and you know, they might be ready to find their forever home in my grow tent. I'm going to bring those out. I initially wanted to record in front of my tent, but because my camera screen is still not working, I have to kind of set up my computer next to me, so it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. All right. So I do see one yellow leaf, which is not terribly exciting to see, but I will see who is it from. And I'm just going to set a timer for an hour. We're clearly not doing this for an hour. Plant chores are really taking over. But yeah, let's get a sense of things, of how much time things take. I think these are mostly Fauziana and Rinduraflasia and Hippolasia. Or Hippolacia. I don't know. The leaf is from oh no, I know what this is. This is my terrible Hoya Kloppenborgi. Oh yeah, okay. Well, that was to be expected. That one was not doing really well. Can we see? I don't even see what we can see. I don't even see what I'm supposed to see. So that is my rescue. The only part I could save from my Kloppenborgi, we do see some aerial roots, and they are going to put out first aerial roots because that's what they like to do. They like to annoy you. I don't see any roots in the pot, to be honest with you, and the tug test does not reveal there is stability there, so she's staying in the box. Honestly, if I wanted to, I could divide this into 2 cuttings, but yeah, I don't know, let's leave her for now. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it already has aerial roots. I think it would be faster to root, and we would certainly get a good Hoya out of it. If I was wise, I would take this out and check for stem rot on the bottom. Okay, I think I sense some roots. I sense, even though I do not see them, I do sense some resistance. So you know what? I'm going to leave it alone. Now, my Svetlana. Oh, Svetlana. Svetlana, you are not okay. Svetlana is rooting, but she, you know, if she doesn't look good, which was to be expected, but I do see that she's rooting. She is not rotting. She's actually forming those giant roots on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. Those 2 big white lumps. Yeah, those are going to be roots. The top of the vine, of course, died back because what else would Hoyas do if not that? And it does look paler in comparison, but you know, let's hope she will live. But to be quite honest with you, no one is crying here if she doesn't. I'm sorry that sounds absolutely cruel, but it is how I feel about her. We do see a bunch of roots with my Hoya, especially in this one cutting. The couple of cuttings honestly don't look good. Like this one isn't doing anything, which is strange. That one, for whatever reason, doesn't want to take, so I might need to check if there is some sap coming out. This other one, you know what? Let's just take them out. Because I do see a lot of roots here. Don't know if camera will allow that. So one of the cuttings definitely took. And I just want to see. Yeah, two of them definitely took. This one doesn't look so hot and sexy. Neither does this one. So we're just gonna remove those and put them separately. These two look great. So these might just need a bit more time, and maybe I bag those. I'm not really sure. But this, I think I'm gonna repot this, remove some of the moss, not a lot, add bark and pumice, and place it in my grow tent and let it grow. This one is Evelinae. I may have said Exilis. So this is Evelinae, and the other one that I have was sold as Apoda. And that one, you know, it has okay parts. The thing that bothers me with the Apoda is a lot of bare vines. So I think I'm gonna fix it and put it in a mix that is like barky and mossy. It's currently in pon. And we are anyways making the shift. So what I will do with these, the stem doesn't seem suspicious, but they just might need a bit more time. They were very dehydrated. I will pod those again separately. So I have 3 Fuzzianas here, and I'm glad to see that none of them lost any leaves. Oh my gosh, the roots on this girl. The roots on this girl. I love it. I may relieve her of some of this coconut husk because I'm not super thrilled with quality. I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to let her live like this, but I might just shake some of them off when I get new bark. I have to order new bark, and one of the cuttings that I liked the least of this plant, I put in the Rotsta cabinet, and that one actually has a new growth starting, so they will surprise you, but you can see some nice roots there. It's actually quite moist, this cocoa husk, but that's not where the roots are. Where are they? There were more. Did it show the side? I have no idea. Anyways, she's doing well. She's doing well, and I'm glad to have saved her. I love this plant so much. It's really one of my favorites. And I'm glad that I can kick her out of the prop box. I don't like to keep them in prop boxes. I miss seeing them. A lot of people think you don't see them in the grow tent, but I honestly do. I check my grow tents pretty frequently. Oh, this one also has a lot of roots. Oh my gosh. This mix is giving me so much Thailand vibes. When I see people sell from Thailand, it's like very similar to this. And now I am in my head like I'm Sarissa. That's where I am. Like I'm an amazing Thai grower and I have my Hoya nursery. That's the vibes that I'm getting from this mix, to be honest with you. Should get help. Ugh, but like listen, how can you not love these leaves? Look at those. Oh, it pleases me so much. And it pleases me so much that I have 3 of them. I honestly might not even sell the smallest one that I have, because one of these I will send to my friend Farah. I selected one for her, but I don't even know which one anymore. Yeah, I honestly don't know. Was it this one? This one could be cut into another one. She has a lot of aerial roots and... Shut up! It has a lot of aerial roots and... I don't know, maybe I want to do that. I'll think about it. Because it would be really easy to root and get more plants. And right now, even though I'm like, I did this for the purpose... Well, I didn't do this one for the purpose of downsizing, but I'm honestly obsessed with this plant. Like, I just cannot get enough of it. And I just want to have like a nursery of Hoya Fosiana. Can I do that? Can I have the monopoly on Hoya Fosiana? Look at that. Oh my gosh. It's so easy. And someone asked me about putting Hoyas in the prop boxes. Like, aren't they going to miss the air? They do have air, and they're not going to miss anything. They're going to be fine. And the way that I rooted these, by the way, is I just put them in this coconut husk. You saw me pot them, I believe. They had no roots. They were just cuttings that I let heal for a moment, put them in this coconut husk, took them to my shower, showered it to kind of get the husk wet, has drainage, made sure it was drained, put it in the box, sprayed the box, and super easy method. And they really, really, really love coconut husk. I think it's like the combination of air versus potting mix. It's like very airy. And I do notice that Hoyas root super easily when there is like moisture, a lot of moisture and air. That's why sometimes I do like the empty bag method where you put the Hoyas in and you just spray the bag and they will just insanely fast grow roots in just air. Cocoa husk, 10 out of 10 for rooting. I might even prefer it to pon. And listen, moss, don't be scared of moss. Not an issue. Not an issue. Obviously start with healthy cuttings. These were not really the best, so these honestly look like bay leaves for a soup. I'm so kind to my plants. I don't know where I'm gonna put all of these. I'm just obsessed with Fosiana right now. Let's see. Let's not mess something up. My gosh, look at them. I know they look messy right now. These are my hippalasias, but one of them has started to grow a vine and no, two vines. Oh my gosh, three new vines. Oh, who's been overachieving in the prop box? And I'm very happy with this. I'm so glad I restarted this plant because now I have all healthy green leaves. I did burn her. So I will try not to expose her to too much light. I will try to kind of grow it hanging. Once again, I have this idea in my head. It's probably not going to work, but we'll try to grow her hanging. Tie grower vibes. That's what we're going for. But she will be in the tent. And let her wrap around the hanger, which is probably not a great idea because then I cannot remove the hanger, but regret your decisions later, make mistakes now. That is the motto on this channel. But look at that. Again, they were just thrown into this mix and they have a great time at cocoa husk. And I do think it's because also cocoa husk does retain moisture compared to bark. Bark really doesn't. I think this might have rooted faster if I just put it in cocoa husk. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of this. I know it looks like a mess probably to you, but I'm proud of it. I just love the way it looks. And my Hoya Rindu Rafflesia. Oh my gosh. We have two new vines. I did keep one ugly part with like a long peduncle, but that's fine. I don't know why I kept this. I think I probably judged that there are baby leaves. So let's see. And listen, it's amazing. Such long vines are not always easy to root, but here we are. We rooted quite long vines. Ah, I'm so happy. This one also I wanted to grow hanging. I have new growth here with a new leaf. Can we see? We have a new vine there with a new leaf. It's so nice. I just have a vision of how this could look nice hanging. And this is not the longest bare vine here. The rest of this vine is pretty great. Maybe you can tell me if you would trellis this or grow it hanging. And when I mean hanging, like the idea is to use some sort of again, hanger and sort of kind of wrap it around like so, but also kind of let it fall down a bit, maybe something like this. I don't know. I'll think about it. So I think we can abandon the big prop box, which is great because I cut so many Hoyas yesterday from pawn and we already have roots coming out. Girl, come on. You are so overachieving. Love you. Where was I in my thought? We have a giant prop box that will go again in the grow tent, I think. It will depend, but some of those Hoyas will need a lot of help. A lot of help. They're not looking good. Lacono says they look good. You will see in the video, or you have seen by now. I'm not really sure how I will post this. What executive decisions will be made. We will ask CEO of Basie Plants, which is also me. So this prop box can be retired. Baba, you can see how, it's not terribly moist. I mean, some moisture did evaporate, and there was even a little bit of water there at the bottom, but again, that's fine. I just love prop boxes. My favorite method really is to put them in a mix in which you intend to grow them in and put them in a prop box. Like, yes, I did moss with this one, but that's because she was kind of dehydrated, so I just knew that she would like moss. But the rest of them, you know, they're gonna stay in pure cocoa husk. At one point, I might remove some of the husk, but it's all buffered husk. The only reason that I don't like this is because there are some fiber here that I'm not sure. I just don't know what is the decomposition rate of cocoa husk, how fast or how slow it will be. But we'll see. Maybe we add bark, maybe we don't. But I don't think I will put them in self-watering for now. So let's move on to the next prop boxes. Let's just look at our plants. I'm so excited. I just love to look at them when they root. So exciting to root Hoyas. I don't know. I'm gonna show you what vibes I'm going for, by the way. This is Hoya. I do know her name. It will come to me. True Hoya albiflora for my friend Farah. I think I showed this plant to you. It has massive leaves. It's absolutely sexy AF. It's in this tiny cup. It rooted, once again, really, really well. I do think she needs to be watered. Like, this is what I'm talking about, people. If you have seen, or if you will see my pond video, you will see the pond roots. Like, I can grow great roots. Just not really in pond. I don't like the way they look in pond. I'm sorry. You know, burn me at a stake. Preferably in winter, because, you know, in summer it's just like really too much of heat. But, you know, and it has new growth. I'm so pleased about this. I hope she blooms soon. I have seen a lot of plants on Instagram bloom pretty small. You know, the difference is it was in Thailand, so it was warmer, more humid, and probably more, well, maybe not more light because it isn't the grow tent. And while grow tent is pretty humid, it's not Thailand. Unfortunately, it's not Thailand. I think we will need to repot her soon-ish, but I'm not gonna think about that. That is not my problem today. But anyways, the vibe that I'm going for with some of these is that to kind of have it hanging. And I don't know where I'm gonna hang this without damaging it. Hopefully there is fine. I don't think these are here the sexiest. They have been kind of pushed into the prop box unwillingly. Okay, so let's see. Oh my gosh, Silver Lady is alive. My Silver Lady, Farah, first of all, my first Silver Lady did not do well. She is actually rooting here as well. We had a journey. She got root mealybugs. I tried to save her. It didn't really work because it was not humid enough. It was not humid enough and she dried out. And I think this is the base of my mother plant. However, I do see she has new roots now. And, you know, we're keeping her. I even see some new growth. Okay. So finally she's doing well-ish. She doesn't look amazing. I'm just cutting off some dead aerial roots here. This is not my favorite setup. It has some leca on the bottom, so I think I will take it out. So now we'll have a bunch of silver ladies, which, you know, no one is going to be sad about. Okay, so I think now she's ready to be presented to you. Yeah, some of the roots here, so. I don't even know if you can see some of them. I don't even know where they are. Okay, there's some here that you can see they're deep into leca. Yeah, I don't think that's showing up on camera. But the leaves have firmed up, and I see 2 new growth points, so that's great. And it does look different than Farah's, so I think different growing conditions perhaps. Mine always kind of had these small, weird leaves. So Farah sent me her plant, and her plant was in pawn. She doesn't like the plant anymore, so she sends me this entire plant, which is so generous. The plant arrives, you know, the roots not great. I cut some of them, and I put it in an organic mix. Adjustment, complete failure. You know, it was just like, F you, Miro, how dare you. And interesting thing that happened, I think like in the middle of the stem, she started to rot. So I did lose like a significant portion of the plant. However, we're gonna take a look at these. This is one of her carnosas. It's supposed to be splashier than it is. Unfortunately, I have lost the splash in the meantime. So this is like the top. And this is just in cocoa peat and perlite, and you can see nice roots. Again, just stick it in and it's fine. I do think I will treat these just to make sure, because I did find like one mealybug on this, but there are none now. But I will just treat it. I may have treated it already, but I will treat it again. Okay, this is perlite, not a mealybug. Rooted as well, and new growth is coming, so that's great. See some roots there. No, really, you don't. But there are some roots. This is what we were hoping for, just like a lot of nice splash. It's not what actually happened, but that's fine. Now, the next one, we have some crassipetiolata regular. Regular. The plain. The plebs. Which we cannot take out. Okay, we have to do a different one. Also, crassipetiolata regular. So well rooted. Crazy how some of them root fast. I don't really know where these are gonna go is becoming clear to me now, because I would like to keep them isolated. I think if I find an appropriate pot, I can just pot them and hang them. Kind of feel sad that they're leaving the prop box. Like, I want them to move out of the prop box so I can make space to propagate more, but at the same time, it's like, my babies are growing up, you know? Does it feel like this when you send your kids to university? Probably not, Miro, probably not. Okay, so this is from Farah. This is adorable. This is, I think, a base of her silver lady, and it's doing so well. You can see roots on the bottom. So I'm glad I saved her. There is new growth. She's going to be absolutely fine, and she's going to get the best loving care from me that a plant can get. You know, it's kind of a mess. It's difficult. Everything is tangled. I don't know, do you do this? But like, I will pack these prop boxes, and once I unpack them, they can no longer go back in. It's impossible. I also do that with the shelves, like with the cabinets. I pack plants in. When I take them out, they're not going back in. So this crassipetiolatus, I see some of them rooted. I'm just checking. All the vines seem rooted to me. I might leave it for a moment like this, just so the roots can grow in a bit more in this mix, but they are all rooted. It's the same plant, it's from the same plant. For some reason these leaves are smaller, but I think we can make a nice hanging plant of Hoya crassipetiolata. I do have a splashy one from Farah. It's right here. Soon we will deal with that one. It's in pawn, and we are saying goodbye. One more silver lady. Okay. Oh my god, look at the roots. I feel so proud when I see roots on the plants. I don't know why. Aerial roots as well, but yeah. She's gonna go on the bottom of my Mills bow, of my Rodsta cabinet, with the lacunosus. Ugh, I don't like these Valinianas, not gonna lie to you. I think it's because of the aerial roots. I think I might cut some of them off. They're really bothering me. They were not bothering me when it was a big plant in the tent, because you couldn't see them, but now it's like a sore thumb. So this is a rescue, and it's doing well. So one survivor of pawn is there. Second one also, bunch of roots. And if you remember, these were super dehydrated, so I'm glad to see them back and running. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So I guess I will have a giant pot of Valiniana now. Whatever. And then this is the base of that carnosa. I see one root, very, very tiny one. That's like a part of the root. So, you know, it's rooting. It's that splashy one from Farah, once again. And, you know, sometimes the base can take a little bit more time to recuperate. I think I'm keeping all of these. So unwell. He's so unwell. Yeah, this one is also rooted. Once again, super nasty aerial roots we will deal with. But you can see here. Okay, I might need to sell some of these. I might need to sell some of this. It's a bit too much. And then I have two carnosas. You know, I'm gonna try to keep these clones separate. They might be slightly different. They did come from two different plants. I'm still collecting carnosas in unhealthy rate. I don't know how many different ones I have. And I didn't have a plain carnosa until now. And, you know, I do believe these to be probably from different mother plants. I mean, not probably, like for sure from different mother plants, like something like this and something like this. There's so many carnosas out there, and I don't even expect to ever ID them, but I just, want to see how they will behave, how they will grow out, what will happen, Don't judge me. Look at that root. Hello, baby. Okay, I'm just gonna put it back because I don't know what to do with it. And then this is from my friend. This one has slightly thicker leaves. That's what I can notice. Has 2 growth points, 3 growth points. Oh my gosh, achieving. We'll see if there are any differences. Get them to grow, get them to bloom. Maybe I can keep them in a cooler spot in winter, maybe not in the room, maybe in the hallway, maybe even... I have like a storage space that gets light. It does get pretty cold there, but I think maybe she can handle it. And, keep them outside during the summer, bring them in for videos, or I don't know, we'll see. I also have like a lot of hanging space on the opposite side from you. It doesn't get super great light, but I think it will be fine for a carnosa. And I've been looking to fill out that space, and honestly, why just not have hanging carnosas, Who's to stop me? You surely are not gonna stop me. I'm gonna delete every comment that says to stop. There's no democracy on this channel. Whoever says no, that's a bad idea. I'm gonna delete your comment. Okay, we have, I think, 1 or 2 more pro boxes, potentially 3, but no more than 4. Let us see. I think these are mostly Verticillata EPC 997. I had 2 plants. I still have, well, I have a million. I had, the second big one was from my friend, and she had to get rid of some of the plants. She gave them to me. It also came from my mother plant, and I was happy to take it back, but I honestly took such bad care of it. A lot of the leaves were lost. She was in leca. That was the last one in leca. Took it out of the leca in one of the videos. I put it in a baggie. I left it in a baggie for like 4 months, so a lot of the leaves were lost. But hey, we saved some cuttings. What in the heck is happening here? So first, we have some Jennifer. Okay, I see some roots on this Jennifer. So that's a small one. These are for sale. This is going to be for sale. I'm gonna start putting them in the window. This is the second one. Oh gosh, look at that root. Oh, I did not think this is going to root. This is AH0734 from Basie. Interesting. Look at that. Isn't that sexy? It's actually looking better than the mother plant that I have, which is from a different vendor. So I might keep one of these. But anyways, the roots are important. I believe this is the base of the plant. Oh my gosh. Pond did a number on it, and then me, in attempt to rescue it, I did an even greater number on it. This is one of the cuttings. I don't know. Should I keep one? I have a big plant, but it looks different. Okay, Verticillata EPC 997. The leaves have firmed up. So that's great. There are roots. I don't know how visible there are. There are actually quite a lot. But they're very thin. You can see here. Same with this one. You can kind of see on the bottom here the roots. Also ready. So pretty, this Verticillata. Not a lot of people here want it. I don't know why. I think she is amazing. Should I keep all of them? Okay, shut up, stop. This one has particularly nice splash. I think all of them are rooted. They are all firm. They were very, very, very soft. They're all firm. I see roots on the sides. I'm not going to show you all the roots, but I'm going to show you the plant because I think they look cute. This one has a lot of roots that are visible. I mean, come on. Wouldn't you want this? Why is it not more popular? It's one of the best Verticillatas, in my opinion. These are so cute. Okay, shut up. We have 2 more boxes, Miro. Uh-oh, someone... Oh no! Oh, for the love of... Out of all the plants one can knock off, I knocked off and probably damaged the roots on Callistophila. That is the slowest growing Hoya for me. Oh, but she's cute. Darn it! At least on the bright side we can take a look at the roots. Okay, someone also fell in this prop box, which I appreciate. There is one more piece of Fusziana here. It's the one that I thought was gonna die, and I think it's dead. We have golden eye. This is the base, and you know, it is stable in the pot. However, I don't see much. Okay, I see some new roots. I see some new roots. I removed all of them. So that's the base of the plant. I'm holding it for like a little nub here. It's looking actually the best out of all the propagations, except the top cutting, which I kept for myself. My plant, while it was like a big plant, just started to get these brown tips. And let's just cut those. I will keep this for a long time, until I see new growth, until this looks presentable for sale, which is gonna be forever, but it has rooted. I don't want to sell plants that I wouldn't be... I mean, I would be happy receiving this, but, you know, I'm just gonna keep them for a couple of more weeks, months. We'll see how it goes. Okay, Fosiana. Oh, okay, it's not looking bad. Has it rooted? It has rooted. Okay, this one had stem rot on the bottom. I see a root. Oh my gosh, will I have more, Fosiana? It's a cutting that I don't have so much confidence in. It means I will leave it until it grows, and once it's really stable, I might even let it grow, cut it again, throw the base. But it was just like something to see if I can get growth out of it. The stem started to rot. There was like an extensive root plus stem rot. Or actually, I think it was more stem than root rot. And I just decided to cut it and see if it will live. And miraculously, she has rooted. They're not visible on the side, but I did move some of the cocoa husk around, and I definitely see some roots. Now, will this grow? I don't know. I don't know. We will see. We'll let you know. Some Nicholsonia that I'm completely getting rid of. I have several. I don't have any particular location on this Nicholsonia, so I have 3. This is rooted. And then one more cutting here, which rooted. This one's actually pretty. I like that one. And then Peninsularis. Oh gosh. Okay. This one was difficult to pot, but okay, it has stabilized. Yeah, it has stabilized. I think we can sell this one. I just wanted it to grow more roots, and I have kept a part for myself, and we do have a lot of roots. I might leave this pin in, I'm not really sure. Might let it grow more roots. I don't know, can you see there? Yeah, might let it grow more roots. I think what I can do is put one more level in there if I take these top plants out. Maybe I should add that to my chores. And then I can have 3 levels with these propagations, and I can put 2 small boxes of this size in there. Oh my gosh, I'm a genius. One more box to go, and we are running short. I don't really know how I planned to record even more today and do more, because I already have so much work. I have to sort these cuttings and figure out what am I gonna do. That smell of wet bark. By the way, my imbricata rooted. My friend wants it. I'm gonna give it to her. Yeah, it's fine. It's not my favorite Hoya. This is what I have from it. It's not the prettiest. It can grow, I think. It has a lot of growth points. I just really think it needs to be put in a place where it can grow in high humidity, attached to something, or do whatever imbricata wants to do. I do not like that Hoya. I thought at one point I could not live without it, and then I got it, and I figured out I can most definitely live without that. So, you know. Another Nicholsonian. This is, I believe, the base. It looks, whatever. Same. Rooted. So I have the base of my second Jennifer. I have a big Hoya Jennifer. And then once again, I gave cutting to my friend. She grew a beautiful Jennifer and give it back to me. I just decided to cut it now, and I don't need 2 Jennifers, right? Essentially, like, why you're seeing this is because I decided to cut most of the roots off so I can root it in organic mix, because people really here don't buy Hoyas in Pawn. It's just not popular. So let's see. Oh my gosh, I see roots. Look at that. There are roots there. I will let this root more, but no longer in a prop box. But that's like a big, chunky Hoya, Jennifer. Look at that. Oh, yumma, yumma, yumma. Oh my god, it's such a weird thing to say in a video. I'm so sorry. But she's looking so nice. Like, this will be a beautiful plant. Okay, I'm gonna barricade myself in. And then Hoya latifolia, also, again, gave it to a friend, got it back. Read that in my new memoir. how I keep giving Hoyas to people and they just return them after a year. And they grow them better than I do, apparently. Oh, so nice, so well rooted here. So I will try to sell this because I have exactly the same, even bigger than this, which is my mother plant. So look at that. Some of the leaves are still, you know, they could be nicer. But I'm honestly not gonna even ask a lot for it. Some symbolic price. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And of course, with all the proceeds from the Hoyas, we will get new Hoyas, or, you know, fix the stupid effing camera. There are roots. They just love this cocoa husk. It's one of my major discoveries. I will take all the credit. No one has ever discovered coconut husk is great for Hoyas before me, right? Okay, I have Hoyas everywhere. On the desk, behind me, next to me, on the window, here. Just don't really know how I'm gonna get out. So I will leave you there. Have we achieved our goal? We have 6 more minutes. Oh my gosh, we are basically saving time. No one is counting that this all has to be taken care of. So all of them are rooted, really, except for these, which we will take care of. And then Svetlana is doing Svetlana. In Kloppenborg, I do believe it's rooted, but, you know, it just needs a bit more time in the prop box. I shall be leaving you right now, and we will come back with day 5. When we hopefully will water the Hoya wall, because, oh my gosh, if we don't soon, we're going to have to restart that wall. That looks underwatered. That's not. Actually, some of them have been emergent. Well, that fern is. Don't look at that. How does mirrored image work? Finally, it was time to water Hoyas on my Hoya wall. I do have some ideas for this wall to add a couple of more plants, not really Hoyas, but some other plants like that fern that you just saw, and I do have some epiphytic cacti, but that will be the topic of a different video. I did discover that some of these Hoyas were very, very dry, especially you will see later my Hoya hirschkeliana, it is super dry. They need to be repotted, and this will be a great opportunity for me to check on the roots, especially on large Hoyas like Hoya pandurata. And I think all of that can be a topic for some future video, but for now I just wanted to water them, and I actually did not return any of them to the wall. They are all in prop boxes around my room, and you know, I'm just ready to record another video on them. Is this the best that I have ever been lit? No. Is it the worst? Also no. So here we are on potentially day 6 of Plant chores. This is so crooked. This philodendron, despite all of my attempts, decides to be the most crookedest philodendron Epidemicsound in the world. Also, if you are seeing someone here in the frame, you are not. I just want to tell you that is your imagination. That Araucaria is not here. That didn't happen. Also, this, if it's speaking out, and it is, that Marantha silver band also did not happen. We are fully not admitting to anything here. However, like, let me just show you this €3, $5, 3.5 euros, I think. $5. Basically, I was slapped in the street and someone said, "Take them from me, my house is burning." And I was like, okay, sure. So that's what happened. That is the true story of how I got these two plants. I did kill my previous Araucaria. I did not water it enough, which is a shock because we know how great I am. So this one is actually going into self-watering pot for now, and then we will see. Or maybe I will just repot it. I think the last one would have done better if I did repot it. These substrates that they come in are not the best. This is some sort of like, or just pure peat. And, you know, it doesn't look great. But yeah, I mean, that's, you know, if anyone says, "Miro, you said you are downsizing," I am on some of the ugly Hoyas, but that doesn't mean we cannot allow some other beautiful plants to come in. It's a new philosophy, don't question it. Anyways, we are continuing with the Hoya chores. Today I'm going to empty out this shelf. Also have a plan for this shelf. Something new is coming. I have a plan. I have many plans. I have developed several plans in the past few days. What are we doing? We're watering this shelf here. I'm looking at my laptop because also people who are supposed to fix my camera screen did not call back. I think it's like over a week overdue for that. So that's lovely. I love it. Things are great. I think things are great and I have no problems. Back to the shelf. Underwater Hoyas, we're taking all of them down and watering them. I'm going to make this my last entry of this plant chores video because I need to move on to different projects and there are plenty. I think it's time to stop talking and just get into the plant chores. I would just like to also thank you for watching and I hope that you enjoyed this type of video. It was interesting to make and I believe it will probably be very interesting to edit for me as well. I hope you also got some plant chores done. I don't know, do you do plant chores every single day? I typically do something around my plants every single day because there's so many of them and it is necessary. I do, you know, there are days where I don't do anything with my plants and it's also nice to have that rest and sort of reset, but yeah, plant chores be waiting. They be waiting here a lot. I will see you very soon in the next video, which I'm not really sure what it's gonna be, but I have a couple of them. One is a rant, a big rant about pawn, which I feel people have been anticipating. And the other one I feel is gonna be a bit deeper. So, you know, get your feelings ready. There is a cat meowing. Why is the cat ruining my outro? I mean, quiet on the set, right? Anyways, that is it. What the fuck is happening? I would like to take some time to thank all of my patrons for their incredible support. A big shout out to my $5 patrons. My 3 anonymous patrons, Alex von Siebenthal, Amber Clear, Anne Margaret Moen, Angela Bernard, Angela Parrish, Anne C. Aspen Drake, Basie, Bougie Panda, Brett Noble, Catherine Molina, Colleen Coyle Levi, Daniela, Danube Daniels, Daria Kaminska, Deli Heridia, Diane Sikorsky, Dipanjali Rao, Ethan W., Aaron Keenan, Farah, Gina Geise, Go Green Tropical, Heather Uppenkamp, Hoji Scott, Hoya Heather, Jamie Arsenault, Yana Griffin, Jessica Chio, Jonas Bar, Hjorth Larson, Jovan Denot, Kara, Catherine P., Casey Gross, Kelly Cook, Kelly Gallagher, Kelso, Kiwi Mochi, Christy Ehrlich, Leplan de Stev, Lisa Mary MPLS, Lori J. Revert, Mandy Milliken, Marcel Harmer, Selena Novosatsky, Maria Stein, Maria West, Mars B., Marty Miller, Mary Rose, Melissa Walker, Michael Curley, Michelle Heron, Nicole Ferranti, Mirka Grun-Roos, Moa Edmond, Nelly Yang, Niha Basso, Neely Spicer, Nicole Moreau, Nicole Nkilib of Schlief Tropicals, Nina Nguyen, Nita Macy, Phil Ekelman, PJ, Plant Druid, Rachel Peterson, Robin L. Jennings, Sandra Cornelius, Sherry Kumar, Stephanie H2O, Tessa Martins, Tia B, TJWO, Trista Bailey, Tristan Thomas, Wendy, Wendy Foreman, Wendy Rossman, Xenia Green, Youth of the Walamut, Zurdrama, and Zlokobni Pony. A big thank you to my $3 patrons: Andy H., Angelina Farnan, Brenda Little, Kilone, Constance, Catherine Parsons, Lindsay Ann, Lisa Helling, Nella, Nerdy Kathy, Syke, Zara, Ringlov, and Tang Watanasriakul. And a thank you to my $1 patrons: 1 anonymous patron, Alice Borland, Brandon Pacheco, Christina Greengrass, Couture Helvetica, Emilia Bronson, Joanna Pearson, Jolie Sullivan, Kayla Vavra, Kelly Ash, Chris Perez, Lauren M., Lori Ann Subramaniam, Luzman Fernandez, Neely Spicer, Olivia Chinmuller, and Tracy the Eyebuller.